Oh. Thanks, Teresa. I'll call the regular meeting of council to order Thursday, September the 2nd, 2021 at 6 p.m. A blended meeting, council chambers and Zoom access. All participants to be informed that this meeting is being recorded and attendees will be listed verbally.
Okay, so I have CAO Teresa Fuller, Mayor Penny Shantz, Councillor Darren Schultz, Mayor Rosella
Schultz.
Sorry, whoops. Let's correct that. Whoops. Apparently,
I've never been so insulted in my life.
Oh, okay. Let the record be corrected. Darren Pearson, Councillor Darren Pearson, Deputy Mayor Rosella Peterman, and Councillor Rob McDonald. I guess we could put those in front of the Foreman Murray Holroyd. And we also have Sergeant Bruce Holliday, and I have Kevin Sabot with the Bashaw Star, Kyle McIntosh, and Stu Sackeld from the East Central Review.
Okay.
Sorry, my apologies.
Oh, not a problem. Well, not for me anyway.
Well, you could have had an alias there, Darren.
Yeah.
I'm sure Darren will be fine. He'll recover.
Could have robbed the bank and nobody would have known it was me.
Yeah. There you go.
Darren Schultz. There is a Darren Schultz.
Excuse me, but Sergeant Bruce is taking notes.
X me on the alias name.
This is like this would be like Schultz off Hogan's Heroes. I saw nothing, I heard nothing, I didn't even get up this morning.
Oh dear. Okay, so can I have additions? Are there any additions to the agenda? Okay, so may I have the approval of the agenda, please?
So moved.
Not forgot your name. Rob, all in favor? Carried. And the minutes of the August 19th meeting of council.
They were good by me.
Good by you. So does that mean that you're moving?
Why is?
All right. Thank you, Darren. All in favor? Carried. Now we come to our delegation, the quarterly community policing report, Sergeant Bruce Holliday. Welcome.
Thank you, Mel.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Folks, something that's a little bit different now from what's been done previously. K Division has an initiative now where we'll be providing staff quarterly to our areas that we serve. And as a result, at the end of each quarter, we'll provide statistics in relation to the activities in our jurisdiction. In addition to that, as part of this package, we did put out information in relation to our body-worn camera and digital evidence management system that is being piloted in some areas, with the vision of that becoming standard at some point across the country. So part of with our quarterly reporting, generally I would report to you twice a year. With the quarterly reporting, sometimes it's misleading the way statistics are, and it can have some, I guess, shocking numbers. But when we look at it over the quarter, over that short period of time, and I'll give an example, if we have a certain crime, a type of crime, and we go from 0 in the previous quarter to 3, we've gone up 300%. So 300% sounds bad, but when we look at the actual numbers, that it's not as significant as I guess the percentage would appear. So I can go into detail with any of these, property crime, we've had some increases there. I can say with theft of motor vehicle, we had a significant increase with theft of motor vehicles in the area. Again, we seem to have an issue with individuals leaving their keys in their vehicles. And that's those numbers are being affected by that. So we've had some theft in the Bashaw area, but the major increase was down in the village of Alex. Over about a 24-hour period, we had 8 vehicles stolen. And what they were doing is they were stealing it, driving it to the next one, dropping that one, stealing that one, and moving that way. So we had 8 stolen in a very short period of time in the community of Alex. So again, I'd like to remind the community members to safeguard their vehicles, take the keys out of them. We're at a difficult time right now during harvest, and I get it. I understand why it's done, but the bad guys also know that with the vehicles on the edge of the fields, many times that there's keys in that vehicle or somewhere, and they're taking those opportunities to take those vehicles. So we'd like to remind everyone to secure their vehicles and secure their properties, and help assist us in the endeavor of preventing crime in the area. So that's in relation to the statistics that we're going to put out, and you'll see this come out on a quarterly basis going forward. K Division is wanting us to, not that I don't think we've had an issue with community engagement, because I meet with you on a regular basis, as much or as little as you want, I guess, depending when you've had enough of me. But this is something to just help communicate with our communities. A little bit of a development with myself. Recently, I've been asked by district management on a temporary basis to oversee both Bashaw and Stettler detachments. So I'm not leaving, but right now I'm looking after both detachments with a corporal here operating on a day-to-day basis and in regular communication with myself. So there's no changes right now in relation to Bashaw, and I'll keep you updated as things go along. But this is just a temporary measure due to a vacancy in Stettler detachment to assist down there. I'll turn it over to any of you if you have any questions or concerns in relation to the stats or in relation to anything else.
Nope, nothing for me.
Is there anything you find troubling in here or concerning?
Well, again, the theft of vehicles is concerning, but it's we need that cooperation from the public to safeguard their property and look out for themselves. Generally, there's nothing overly concerning here. Again, taking over a short window like this, some of the percentages are higher and cause some concern. But when you look at the actual numbers, there's nothing overly concerning there.
Okay. Zella, did you have any? Or? No, no, good. Mary, did you have any comments at all?
How's everybody doing with the COVID and mental health issues?
Mental health is a significant concern in all jurisdictions, and we are responding to many calls for service that are in relation to mental health. We are engaging our community wellness teams, both in Bashaw as well as in Alex, and with the office soon to be open in the Donalda area to assist the RCMP with providing service to folks with students and challenges.
I would like to thank you for doing an excellent, excellent job in your position.
Thank you, ma'am.
I know you go above and beyond.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate having you here. And then you started to say along with the personal situation. I'm like, no. So thank you, Bruce.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, if we don't have any further
No,
questions,
we're
then
good.
Oh, no, it's a pretty peaceful little town.
it is.
Yes, exactly.
Don't jinx me, sir. But, thank you.
Yeah. No. It's very good. So.
I have a 99 Taurus in my backyard that keeps car thefts in my neighborhood down.
Uh-huh.
Pretty sure I did leave it idling with the door open, engine running.
You're wanting someone to take it on your own.
I've been trying that with my van
It's
for
not my
years.
favorite car I've ever owned.
Yes.
If the factory could actually build a yawn, it's that car.
Yeah,
Alrighty then. Well, very good.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
taking the time.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce.
Thank you for your report.
Lunch sales are down since you've been going to start with it. Luckily, I don't own it anymore. Thanks, Bruce.
Good.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you.
Bruce.
Take care. Take care. Okay, so we will accept Sergeant Holiday's report as information.
Sure.
Thank you, Rob. All in favor? Carried. All right. The privatization of land titles, personal property, and corporate registries.
I basically had this come through and just thought I would forward it to council. Well, it also has the potential to impact our bottom line where when we obtain or have to pull a title or a title transfer activity could be chargeable where we'd have to pay a fee for that to get the information from land titles. Right now, the ladies basically look up where the title transfers happen and we get a listing. And then therefore we don't have to actually pay $15 for every time there's a new title and a new owner, right? For
Okay.
property files and confirmation of taxes.
Mhm.
And so if this was to change into privatization, those fees could potentially cost more. In addition to when property changes hands, there'd be extra charges too, as mentioned in this document.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how actively that this is coming through. As you can see, the paperwork here is generated by the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees. And so typically when it's really actively being promoted, it's usually on the radar of like Rural Municipalities Association, as well as
Mhm.
the Alberta Urban Municipalities Association as well, like our lobbying groups for municipalities, right? But I just thought it was helpful to bring forward for consideration. It does mention here if we wanted to express our support or not support of it, to write to Service Alberta Minister Nate Glubish, I guess, and express our request of either not to continue or whichever, right?
Mhm. Okay.
So I just wasn't sure if council wanted me to forward something on our behalf or just accept it as information and watch for anything new coming down the.
Yeah, I think that with an email address there it would be pretty easy just to
Mhm.
send them a quick email maybe.
Okay,
Mhm.
So that might be advisable to directly by motion.
I will make a motion that our CAO sends an email to Nate Glubish indicating that we are not in favor of privatizing land titles.
Very good. All in favor? Carried, absolutely. Thank you, Rosella.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
So what some of this stuff is worth though, right? Like it says cost in Ontario for an email copy is 8.2 times more expensive than Alberta. But if that's $1 in Alberta, then you're looking at $8. You know,
And
Yeah.
there's things in Alberta that you have to pay for because of FOIP and the Privacy Act. That in Saskatchewan, you don't have to.
Oh,
pay for.
okay.
Okay,
Interesting.
yeah, I guess maybe in the overall it could be.
But Saskatchewan isn't privatized either, so,
Okay,
you know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how that impacts everything. I just know how many records and files historically as well as probably currently are held at land titles, and you kind of wonder what happened if they get privatized and all of a sudden, how do you access all of that?
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
exactly.
And anytime you change something like that over, it ain't cheap.
No,
No.
No,
No, that's right. Good, okay. Bashaw Fire Department Chief resignation.
Chief Jordan Lee has provided the town with his resignation. His term ended the middle of June this year. He has agreed to stay on to support the transition. His resignation is effective by the end of September. Brigade members have not stepped up to apply for the position. Jordan has recommended one of the brigade members. They have been approached and verbally agreed, however, have not received written confirmation of their intent to proceed. So there's two individuals basically where between like Dustin Hemmingson as deputy chief is still kind of considering it, or this other individual is considering it as well. And so right now, I'm not sure between the two of them who is willing to step up or not. I know Dustin has expressed that, you know, the timing was a bit challenging for him and he had a lot in his personal life, compounded by the fact that, like Jordan has recommended, and other individuals like Dennis Jones has always recommended it's better to have the chief be someone accessible that's right in town or available, right? So that's kind of been a thought. At this point in time, I'm hoping to hear something from between the two of them as a determination as to who's willing to step up and start training into it. And I should have this information probably for the next council meeting. I did chat with Camrose County to see if they had any options or supports. And at this point in time, they didn't have anything to offer up. However, we're just willing to support our brigade in whatever means we require. So this information for now is just shared as an update as well as a copy of Jordan's resignation. And I guess I should have more information by the next council meeting.
Okay. All right, thank you, Lisa.
So I guess I could request a motion for accepting it as information.
Absolutely, yes.
You got it.
Darren? Yep.
I'll do it.
Alrighty. All in favor? Carried, very good.
Thank you.
Atco franchise fee.
This is being presented just two parts to it, just to let you know how much we're anticipating receiving in 2022, and be requesting if council wants to do any adjustments to the franchise fee. Right now, it's sitting at 15%. So
I would move to leave it unchanged.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so Rob, you're making that a motion then, obviously.
Yep.
So, all in favor? Carried, okay, yeah, very good. The community center hall board, and I didn't see,
It didn't get put in.
yeah,
Um,
okay, that's okay.
oops, I don't know what happened there.
I haven't.
Oh, do you?
I didn't get nothing.
Okay,
No, I didn't either, no.
so
Okay.
basically, there's
Yeah.
a letter here from Suzanne Ramstead. She says, "Dear counselors, the Bashaw Community Center Board would like your permission to hang a sign that reads Bashaw Hall of Fame above the present plaques that are hanging in the meeting room at the community center. We will be responsible to put the sign up. Thank you for your consideration. Sincerely, Suzanne Ramstead, Secretary for the Bashaw Community Center."
Yeah, it was in the agenda on the computer,
Yeah.
but not.
Not
paper.
in the print
Yeah.
package.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So,
Well, I make a motion that they can do that.
Hmm.
I don't see anything
Okay.
wrong with that.
Darren Schultz. but just-
Oh, I had it down as Darren Pearson, I guess.
No, actually, Rob just pointed to me that it is in here.
Oh, it's on the back of the,
Yes,
yeah, okay,
Just saving paper.
thank you.
back to back, okay,
Back to back. That's fine.
yep.
Okay, all in favor? Thank you. Here comes the interesting one. This is what I've been waiting for.
You're like finally a stimulating subject. So the vacant lot pricing, they've been advertised online through Gov Deals and the ads closed on August 31st. The viewing stats, hits basically were as anywhere from 4,975 to 5,112. And visits 43,447 to 43,072. So I'm not sure what the difference between a hit or a visit is. Whether, I'm not entirely sure. Does council want to revise the pricing and recirculate the ad or access a real estate agent?
It's interesting with that many views that there haven't been any inquiries.
When it's a specific target,
Yeah,
right?
So inquiries meaning,
nobody's contacted you and said, gee, I'm interested in that lot.
well, what happens is they actually, in order to, like, they basically put the amount that we're asking for on them. And then there's a reserve bid request, or like if you're interested, you put $1,000.
Oh,
Register
okay.
$1,000 on there, and then if you want to bid 40,000 or 40,001. So the lowest that it was set up to accept was these amounts.
Okay,
And so that's why, and then on the site, there's actually all of the zoning information, the size of the lots, pictures, the assessed values, I believe. And so there was a lot of information specific to the lots, like right online, with the ads. So the only thing that I really missed was, there was one question about services, which I had that information added. So these 4 sites all come with the service capability to the property lineage. And then there was another one inquiring if they weren't the successful bidder, if their $1,000 was refunded, which it would be. Yeah, so that's basically. So I'm not sure. I know this did cause a bit of a stir with some of our local real estate agents because like right now it's set up as a for sale by owner situation. And so with putting these lots on Gov Deals, they also share with like Kijiji and 3 other sites. And I think I might have shared the information through email. So then the other part of this is they had started soliciting local real estate agents, offering them a relatively low fee to put it onto their MLS.
Mhm.
So then I had, like I say, a couple real estate agents that came into the office
Oh,
and we're
okay.
not very happy that, you know, from their perspective, the number come through calling them as an American or out of
Mhm.
province company. And here they were being solicited to sell local lots. So they were kind of not happy with that. So then on the back end, I just basically asked, you know, the salesperson to just stop doing that. Because it was giving us a poor,
Mhm.
a poor like
Yeah.
not a favorable situation. Do you
Mhm.
need a water or anything, Murray?
Maybe. Why not? It's one of those.
Right.
Okay,
Well, here's my thought.
what do you think, Darren?
I say go with the local realtor. I say drop it by probably $5,000 a lot, because if they sell, you're gonna make that up in 2 years with taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to build what within a year? isn't it?
I think so.
Year to commence, 2 year to
Mhm.
complete.
Okay. That's my thought.
Mm-hmm. That,
That sounds like that makes some sense,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
that's kind of what I was thinking too, for sure, go with a local realtor
Yeah, I
for,
mean, they can
this
pass it
time
on to whoever
around.
they want.
and maybe lower it. I wasn't sure of an amount, but I thought if we could just lower.
Well,
it.
I think at least $5,000, because if they
Yeah.
sell, you got that back in 2 years.
Yeah,
If you're
well,
gonna go
that's
more, you may get it back in 3 or 4.
Yeah, yeah. Because it would be nice to sell them,
Mhm.
wouldn't it?
I wouldn't wanna go any lower than that, cause if these do all sell, then we gotta start servicing more lots. And then they're gonna get expensive.
Yeah.
Yes,
True.
true. But,
Well, perhaps if you had a local realtor, just give you a number to list them at, like if you were to list them. See if he'd be prepared to list them at this price, or if he would think he should lower them.
mhm,
You know, instead of us saying this is the number $5,000 lower.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
yeah,
Well, and it's kind of tricky because, well, the last vacant lot that was sold, we sold it, and it was that one that was listed for 26,000. Over in Sproul, it was a tax property,
Yeah.
acquired property.
mhm.
So you're like, we would. Based on like appraisal wise and what I know of what appraisals and what, you know, appraisers, they look at comparatives and stuff.
Mhm.
So they would probably come across and say 26 would be the recommendation. Because that's what our most recent lot is actually sold at. But I'm not sure market value wise what a real estate agent would recommend, because appraisal is quite a bit different than market value.
Yes, yes.
So,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say, take it to our local realtors and give the CAO discretion to discount them up to 5,000.
okay, so right now we have 2 known local that I'm aware of between like Ty and Kyle.
Kyle?
So I'm not sure if you want to do 2 and 2 or
Don't
I
they
know they're
both work under
affiliated, I
Randstad Realty?
guess.
They're together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just go with Randstad Realty.
I
Yeah,
think so,
yeah.
and then, yeah,
Let them
think so.
decide how they're gonna split them.
yeah.
Okay, so the motion,
Who would like to make, Darren,
I'll
you're
make-
making
I'll
it,
make that.
okay, Darren is making the motion to go with the local realtor.
Yeah,
Ramstead Realty. And,
and that'll free you up too, because then you won't have to monitor all that stuff. We can
okay, so
Do
go
the
with
legwork.
Randstad Realty and reduce lots by up to
Yeah, I think
5,000.
so.
mhm. Yeah. I think so. Okay, all in favor? Carried, very good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, already.
Mm.
Committee and staff reports. Mayor Shantz. I did attend our hometown days parade. And that's all.
And I have nothing to report.
I
Councilor
have nothing to
McDonald.
report.
I'm gonna follow that suit.
All right,
Nothing to report.
Got a lot of summertime.
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. And moving on to staff reports, Murray.
Well, we're still having trouble keeping up with everything. Streets, we got our sidewalks done. We did the section at Heritage House. We don't have enough probably to do OK Tire. And once we get our bills in for the sidewalk, we might be able to do a little more over there at Heritage House. The rainy days plant, some of the repairs are done. And I've still got the brine leak to fix, and they're trying to find some more chemicals so we can top up the brine. Probably won't have enough, so we're trying to order that. And we had trouble locating some tires for the zero turns. Finally got them out of Camrose.
Oh, did you?
Local guys couldn't get them anywhere. Just the tire size itself was okay. It was just the rim size was odd size. And with emergency management or cautions, they're still recommended. So
Yes.
where my daughter-in-law works, all the ones there getting COVID, all of it had double shots. within
Oh,
6 months or
really?
so.
Really?
So they've had a second round of shots.
Well, they had their 2 shots.
Yeah.
Now it's almost 6 months since they've had them, and there's some of those that are getting COVID.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Not good.
and I just got a note today from Camrose and Erie Lodge Authority, and there is one resident in Bashaw Meadows who has tested positive.
Okay.
They're still doing, allowing visitation, but only 4 designated members to that particular resident. And to any resident who is double vaccinated, they can still go to the dining room, do their activities, but if you're not, then you have to stay in your
Oh.
room.
Wow.
So.
And Terry just got a letter from the transplant team today advising him he should go get his 3rd shot.
Okay.
Wow.
So. Alberta is the prestige of having the highest number in Canada.
What's that?
12,000 or something. I know.
Yeah, 12,000. It's
Oh.
up in Alberta.
Is that what it is now?
Mhm.
Well, they said, yes, I haven't seen today, but they said yesterday's county of Stellar was up to 57.
Mhm.
Mm.
And I think that's as high as they've been through the whole thing,
From during, yeah, before,
I think.
could be, so
Wow.
And with school starting, it's
that's
a little scary.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, well, thank you, Murray. Thank you, and Teresa.
The items from the previous meeting, the council orientation, the RSVP has been forwarded to Camrose County. The updated lease agreement has been provided to the Bashaw Social Center Management Board. And the memorial bench approval has been shared along with Public Works contact information. The internet tower at the Egg Grounds, Explorenet has informed the town they're evaluating another site. And outstanding from other meetings, residential land on sale, online sales, which we've talked about during the agenda, and the regional flush truck agreement. Basically, I sent out an email inquiring about which partners plan to continue. There was some talk that back a ways where Ball was not planning to continue. But they basically weren't sure who was gonna come through with their election and stuff too, so they're kind of speculating that there might be some changes in perspective on using the truck or continuing as a partner with a truck.
Oh, okay.
Capital purchase update, the replacement mower has been delivered, and August 18th and 23rd, basically completed interviews to hire the new staff. So there's a new public works personnel that she started on September 1st. Her name is Lindy Black. So, and various telephone inquiries, reference checks, hiring package, generating an ad for the public works foreman, and completion of development permits.
Very good. Thank you. May I have someone accept?
I will do that.
Darren, thank you. All in favor? Carried. And the service line warranties.
Each council member was actually provided with one of these letters as well. It's kind of an interesting program. I've sent an email to this Jeff Olson they reference on here. And what I've basically got as a response is that they coordinate with the town of Bashaw to obtain names and addresses with and send our residents a letter like this, and would also have like town of Bashaw logo that they would be vetted and associated with us. And what it is it's offers insurance for people with service line issues. And I kind of thought this might be something to consider with our ongoing issues with service lines and freeze ups and thaws, and where we're really wanting to move towards a culture of just because your line's frozen or blocked, it doesn't mean that it's the town's issue. Like, we need to start educating people about the fact that you have to take responsibility for your service line. And yes, we're willing to look at each situation, you know, as it develops and stuff, but many of these situations have, if they occur in a larger municipality, it would be, sorry, call a plumber, or the service line is your issue kind of thing. So like, again, there's some areas that it's kind of tricky, but I don't know if this could be a potential option. I was kind of hoping there'd be a bit more of an education component to it. But the other part is that I'm kind of looking at some other drafts of our water and wastewater bylaws to, you know, provide better clarity to residents and give us more options when responding. Because as per the MGA, we're really not responsible for people's issues beyond the lines, like beyond the CC or and into their property. But we continue to respond, and because people are panicking and are used to a culture of us coming to help.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
So I just, from that perspective, thought this was an interesting idea.
Yeah.
They're certainly willing to do a bit of a chat with council or a proposal or give you a presentation directly as well, if you felt it was something we should pursue.
I think it might be worthwhile listening to.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say there's no cost to council, right? Or to the town.
So from that perspective, are you interested in having them kind of join us by Zoom or something to do a bit of a presentation, or do you want me to just go ahead and partner with them to arrange to have these type of letters sent out to residents?
Let's get a presentation from
Yeah.
either by Zoom or in person, whatever. their
Okay.
preference is.
Yeah, I think so.
So basically the homeowners buy insurance, right?
Yeah.
Any idea what it's worth?
It's like anywhere from $6 to $8 a month, so it's
Oh.
not crazy.
No.
Oh,
And they also cover like plumbing issues and things like that too.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be worth it. Yeah, for sure.
So the motion would be to arrange a presentation.
Yeah.
To council.
Sure.
Yes. Alrighty, all in favor? Carried, very good. Yeah. I like that. Okay.
Motion to convene in closed session of council.
Motion to convene in closed session. All in favor? Carried. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Marie.
Thanks, Marie.
Yes. Take care.
Yeah.
See you, Marie. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Kevin. And not to forget Cindy. Cindy was added on as well. Sorry, guys. She snuck in after.
Yeah, sorry I was late, and thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night. I'm going to.
You too.
And we'll go from there. Thank you. Bye.